So today we're going to be doing the top 10 animes you guys should watch during quarantine. The reason why I'm doing this video is because there's a lot of free times, as you guys probably know, in quarantine, like to do, well, literally nothing, because no one's really doing anything apart from like online classes and stuff. But this is anime we were talking about, so the top 10 anime we should be watching during quarantine. I'm going to be rating these on three things. In some cases, like some of these will like apply to different shows more than others. So it's quality, length, and how underrated it is. How I think it's underrated. So without further ado, let's get into number 10 then. So alright, for number 10 we have Mob Psycho 100. There's 2 seasons to this. It's made by the same person who made One Punch Man. I'm going to put the synopsis on the video so you guys can read it. But I'll just name off points of why I think Mob Psycho is really good and why you guys should watch it. Alright, point 1 is because it's made by Studio Bones, and if you go on Studio Bones, the people who made Boku no Hero or My Hero Academia and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So they're one of the top tier, I think, anime studios out there. And they made Mob Psycho with beautiful animations, like phenomenal. It's one of the best I've ever seen, really. The fight scenes just be going crazy. They have niggas flying around in first person, all that. Season 2 made it. Season 2 like blew me out. That was, whoa, pause. Season 2 was like crazy though. Apparently, according to Google, the genres are action, fiction, comedy, and occult fiction. I don't know what occult fiction means. Maybe like they mean like the clubs they have, possibly. What I like about Psycho, to be honest, is the character relation. Like the character development of Mob is really crazy as well. The way like they display it through the narrative, or like the comedy is really cool as well. I like the comedy. The art style really like outlines and highlights the comedy of. Like it's really good. Also the characters Reagan's one of the best anime characters ever. He made, well, I'm not gonna make a list or something like this, but he made one of the best I guess speeches in anime, if that's a thing. Speeches, remember that time when he beat up I'm not gonna say anything, just watch it, it's really good. And like also they use the animation to like delve into the psychology of Mob and how like when he goes through different things, obviously his percentages rides up. Like it really like, I guess, presents itself, if that makes sense. Okay, for number 9 we have Haikyuu. Haikyuu is a total of 85 episodes plus 4 VAs. I think, well, for me and a lot of other people, it's my favorite sports anime. For a lot of people, it's the only sports anime they've ever watched, but ever, really, to be honest, because the amount of hype you get from watching a Haikyuu episode is ridiculous, man. Like, my G, it'd be so hype sometimes, like, they're not even on the volleyball court, but like, you still get hype from like the character interactions and the pacing and like the way they simulate like a real volleyball game in like animation, and like they animate. It's not a word, but like they animalize it, if that makes sense. Like they blow everything out of proportion. It just makes it mad. And needs to be flying across the flag court, slapping the balls, again. And like it just like teleports. Is crazy. Like there's no powers in it, obviously, if you guys didn't tell, but like it kind of is at the same time. Like it's not real. It is realistic, but isn't it? It's just watch it. All of the shows, I'm not like, the higher I go up, the more I rate it. But like all these shows are like top tier or high tier. Now don't forget to mention that all like the epic moments behind it is all like amplified by the character interactions, like in the team, the way they relate, the development of like the problems they go through as a team. Like there's like a team feeling you get from Haikyuu. It's just crazy. Like you're part of the team. Like one type escapism. Well, all of anime is escapism, but like, you know what I'm trying to say. For number 8 we have one of the goats. We have One Piece. One Piece has 927 episodes, which this is where I guess the main like length like section or like factor comes in. One Piece is obviously a very big anime. It's the biggest anime the biggest manga of all time. As in popularity and, well, obviously not size. I don't think it's the longest manga of size, but it's very long. The anime is really long as well. There's 927 episodes. This is a really good anime. It's one of my favorites, like a lot of people's, because the way everyone talks about this, the way the world building is like the way it's presented is just ridiculously good. From the characters, the way they're never forgotten, the development of certain, like the main characters, their relationships, all of that. It's just and the power systems and like the opposing sides and how they battle each other and stuff like that. It's what I'm saying. Yeah, through quarantine, you're definitely gonna like spend a good 2 weeks trying to watch some One Piece, because One Piece is really addictive. When you like anything really you binge and it's good. Like I was reading Tower of God, I couldn't stop for like 2 days straight, to be honest. But anyway, you'll probably get through like a good 2 weeks just watching this shit. For 7 we have the probably best, or not best, but like most visually appealing, or one of the most visually appealing, I should say, animes we have on this list. Even though they're all like crazy like good. But we have Phase Zero. Phase Zero is made by the same people who made Demon Slayer. You know, Ufotable, whatever you want to call them. Yeah. So the genre is tragedy, thriller, dark fantasy, action, fiction, contemporary fantasy. So what you gain probably from there is like it's pretty dark. Well, yeah, it's pretty dark. Yeah, it's dark. Especially that scene with the tentacle. Well, it's not what you think. But Maji, if I had to like explain. Well, I'm not going to explain, but like sum up with the reason why I like Fate Zero. It's probably to say it gets everything you like about like the average dark fantasy, action type of like, I guess, battle series. Even though it's not really, it is a battle series, obviously, it's a battle royale series. But like, and like, I guess character, like, how do you put this? Character like conflict, and like boosts it all the way to max. Like it does everything. It ticks everything box. Like over the span of 2 seasons, it just does a really good job. And I think is my favorite thing about the Phase franchise is how it may sound a bit weird, but like, you know, obviously like you have your heroes, and like once you unveil who they are, it's interesting because like there's different references, subtle references, like, and throughout this series, and how the other heroes interact with the heroes. Like it's weird. It's pretty weird because like. It's just weird. Alright, so for 6 we have a relatively new anime. What came out. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how the manga is, but I know this anime is new. It's made by the same people who made Attack on Titan. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, which studio or Studio what? So you already know it's good, and it is really good. So the reason why I put this over Attack on Titan, like or other different animes, is because obviously popularity. I'm trying to find shows that people would like maybe look over, if that makes sense. So Vinland Saga is definitely one of them. The genres are historical fiction and action and adventure. But nigga, I'm tripping. Anyway, yeah. If I had to describe like I did Fate, this in like one sentence or a couple sentences, or like maybe a couple words, it'd be this is probably the most human, I guess, anime I've ever watched, because like. The amount of emotion behind every like scene and the way the characters are built up is like nothing I've ever seen before. Like I'm talking, we're entering top tier like I guess section around here. Like everything from this bit on, like the other shows are really good, but like this is top tier shit. Like these shows will, after the episode finishes, like you'll sit back and like meditate on like what you've done for your whole entire life. Magi, these literally, I'm pretty sure they retell, obviously not accurately because like it's anime, but well, somewhat accurately. But like the like what was it? The historical events of like William the Conqueror, I think, or like the 11th century around that time, like Vikings, all of that. Well, animalized, nigga. But yeah, as a whole, I really think like Vinland Saga, even though like it like dent in the anime community, but like I guess people did really like it, obviously because it's really good. But I think it should have like. I guess gotten way more attention. I think it should have got around the similar attention as Attack on Titan did when it came out. But that was like earth-shaking attention, if that makes sense, for anime back then. Anyway, for number 5 we have Made in Abyss. Now Made in Abyss, I actually was suggested by one of my friends to watch this. He was like bugging me, we had like an argument kind of on like which is better, this show or like another show I have on this list. Actually I think no, two spots ahead of this one. Haha, nigga. But anyway, yeah, Made in Abyss. To be honest, I don't think there's been an anime like Made in Abyss, or like Made in Abyss to like actually bring me into like a world. I've never really felt like, I guess, captivated enough. But Made in Abyss actually like takes not world building, but like escapism, and like shoots it into like a different level. Cause it uses subtext, as in like music, all of that, and like. Blends so well with the animation. The animation's like Studio Ghibli type, like if that makes sense. Whereas it looks nice, it's childish, but like it juxtaposes the dark story. Like it's so crazy because the way the story progresses is at the beginning you get like subtle references to like how I guess the gritty reality of like reality really, because like you see like the crazy monsters and how like it's just and like how they were at the surface, so not the surface but like the higher I guess sections of the hole, I'm gonna put it, like the abyss. And as they get deeper in, like they slowly like I guess their mentality slowly gets darker and darker, along with obviously they're deeper in the hole, so like it gets dark. It's just crazy. Watch it, it's really good. Oh yeah, and the movie's coming out soon, so I'm definitely watch that. Yeah, for this one you should get it, like it would be like a day to watch it. There's like 13 episodes. Alright, for 4 we have one of the best anime of all time. We have Steins Gate. Steins Gate genres are science fiction and psychological thriller. Now I don't know what I could say about Steins Gate what's already hasn't been said already, because to be honest, Steins Gate is one of them I guess series, along with obviously my favorite series, who like you can't really hate it. Like it's almost impossible to hate. If you have like I'm not trying to be rude, but if you have like a good mental state and like you understand what storytelling is, and you watch Steins Gate and say it's bad, your opinion is kind of invalidated, because it does everything right. Like if you ask me what anime has the best storytelling ever, like per episode, I'd definitely say Steins Gate, because like Steins Gate is like almost in a weird position for me. Like the storytelling is immaculate, it's untouchable. The series itself is almost untouchable, but the thing is, the characters are incredible. But like, if you were to like separate them, I said this already, if you were to separate them and like bring them out by like each individual character by themselves, I wouldn't let's say like, oh, that character's crazy, definitely top 10 anime characters of all time or something like that. But like them as a cast, like they make the show, if that makes sense. Especially Hero and Kyoto, like I said, that's the GOAT. Really niggas know about Steins Gate. But yeah, it focuses on time travel. The synopsis should be up there. It does it justice. Like time travel is supposed to be like a complex thing. Obviously, we don't know about time because it's like a human construct, all of that. But like the way they handle it, it's good. And the voice acting is superb. Even in English, I really like the English. I've actually seen English. The English does it really good, like justice. Especially like Hiro and Kyoma, I call him Rentaro Okabe. His voice actor is really good as well. Okay, 3. Here we go, 3. We're entering the top 3. And now this is where my personal bias kicks in. Even though the top 3 shows are like GOAT tier. So for number 3 we have Madoka Magica. Madoka Magica is one of my favorite anime of all time. To be honest, this is the one I was arguing with my friend with about. My phone just fell off. About Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss is obviously really good, but I would still put Madoka Magica above Made in Abyss. Now, Madoka Magica, along with Steins Gate, is pretty old. It was released in like 2000, like I'm pretty sure like 11 or something, or like something around there. And still, I don't think there has been obviously in the magical girl genre, it demolishes everything. Like, let's be real. But like I'm pretty sure it's dark fantasy. Let me look at his genres real quick. Yeah, so his genres are dark fantasy, magical girl, and psychological thriller. Now, when I say, well, apart from number 2, this is kind of like contradicting itself. But if I were to say the anime, like, I guess delves into like the mindsets of its characters the best, apart from number 2, I would say Madoka Magica, because the reason why is I don't think I've seen I guess like a contrasting personality for every single main cast member happen so genuinely and like so flawlessly like Madoka Magica. Like the amount how fast it happens, right? I can't even speak, nigga. It seems flawless. Like the results seem flawless. Like you have numerous like mental struggles between the different characters, their ideals, all of that. Then we have obviously the enemies, blah 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 blah, and how the enemies are not actually the enemies, and it's just crazy. And then time travel and like different outside forces get involved. And then after you realize at the end of the series that this happened, and then if you watch it again, your whole entire view of the whole entire series completely changes. And if you watch the movie, which I have, and it definitely completes the series, your view changes again. So like it literally, it's one of those animes where like if you watch it multiple times, you'll have a completely different experience of watching it from the first time you had. Okay, for number 2 we have maybe my second or third favorite anime of all time. We have Monogatari. So like when I mean Monogatari, I mean the whole Monogatari series. So Monogatari is probably the hardest anime to actually explain, given that there is 15 series across the whole entire franchise. Now, this franchise is based off a light novel, and I'm pretty sure it's safe to say this is probably the best light novel of all time and one of the best books. This is a big statement of all time, because Nisio Wisin, the way he writes, literally blows like everything out the water. Like you wouldn't expect this to be an anime. You expect this to be like some next like world renowned like novel. And I find it so interesting on how like he can pull literally any situation, and from dialogue alone, like the way the characters are like built and made, and turn it into like the most interesting thing ever. Like you'll be pulled into it straight away. And the anime definitely does it justice. Like, I don't know if I would rate the anime higher than, well, obviously I rate the anime high, like it's top tier. But like the light novels are just on a different tier on its own. But the anime definitely does it justice, and I definitely love the the artistic like surrealist almost like feel they went with. Akiyuki Shimbo, the director of it, went with for the anime, and how he uses the animation to like visualize the characters' feelings and emotions, and utilize unique like different perspectives. All of that. It's just it literally flips. It like flips the expectations of what you think like a different like stereotypical like light novel show of a bunch of girls in, and completely flips in their head. Like from an outsider looking on like face value, you think this is like one of them shows, high school romance, all of that, blah 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 blah. But when you actually like watch it and read the subtitles and like listen, like take him, you'll be on for a hell of a ride. Alright, so number 1, we have the GOATs, Hunter x Hunter. So Hunter x Hunter, if you didn't know, is probably my favorite anime. Well, it is my favorite anime of all time. And I don't think I need to give an explanation of why, because for me, Hunter x Hunter ticks every box apart from the continuation box. Because I don't know what this nigga's what's the nigga's name again? I forgot what he's doing, but he's on hiatus, like the Berserk and Vagabond. I think Vagabond's finished, to be honest. But yeah, Madhouse. There's 147 episodes. I already know that of Hunter x Hunter. It's a shonen anime. Madhouse definitely done this. Like, I don't think Hunter x Hunter is the only long-running shonen to actually have good animation. There's Naruto. Naruto has that's pretty bad animation sometimes, but sometimes it has really good animation. But like Hunter x Hunter this was made in 2011, by the way, and let me tell you this: Hunter x Hunter's animation will still blow a complete destroy animation, like sometimes even movie quality out of the water. And it's consistent throughout every episode. I don't think I've seen a bad episode. From characters to fights to world building to pacing to having the best power system in all of anime, Hunter x Hunter is literally it's like I would say it's like a gatekeeping anime to fully experiencing anime, if that makes sense. You have like your Naruto's, you have your Dragon Ball Z's, you have your Pokemon, whatever. Sometimes Death Note is like in between these two, but like those like get you into anime. But once you like experience the other things, blah blah blah, you start to like get into the good anime, if that makes sense. Even though those animes are sometimes good, like Naruto's pretty good. But then Dragon Ball's Dragon Ball. Then you start to get into like really really good anime, like start to like experience the medium, if that makes sense, or like the industry. And then you like watch Hunter x Hunter, and then if you think it's bad, I don't know what to tell you. You have bad taste. But like, if you think it's good, then you already know. I guess you can base it off of that, if that makes sense. Like Hunter x Hunter for me is the anime. It is the anime, if that makes sense. I'm weighing this way too high. Maybe I'm guessing up. Alright, so if you guys enjoyed today's that video, smash the like number, subscribe, all of that. I might be making more videos like these if you guys enjoyed this one. And I'll see how this goes. This is pretty new. I normally I did reaction videos. They did pretty well. Yeah, I think. Well, but I'll probably do some more. I'll mix up the content, if that makes sense.